This video demonstrates why interactive multimedia modules created by using, for instance, Captivate 9 may be a better choice than traditional textbooks. What I walk you through as quickly as I can is a quick module created using Captivate 9. Let's see what it can do. Now the information put in here will be automatically generated into various feedback the student will see in the process of this module, such as feedback to the answering of questions, and will be generated into the final certificate for completing this module. So let me put in some information here. So the information is put in now. I'll click submit. As you can see, the student's first name is here. It's a quick welcome page for the chapter. Let's move on.
According to Rothwell, 2013, interpersonal relationships develop and change by largely following three stages: coming together, maintenance, and disintegration. At bottom of page to learn each concept. Initiation is the very first contact between two strangers. First impressions based on superficial parameters.
I don't want to bore you through all the audio, but you can always pause the audio here and click the buttons and see the different concepts along the development line of relational development. Let's move on. Turn audio on.
As a committee. The procedural model of problem solving prescribes a systematic and procedural approach to help assure effective problem solving. This model includes 5 steps: problem analysis, generate. Please click on the buttons on the wheel to learn the steps of effective problem solving.
As you can see, with Captivate 9, you can use dynamic diagrams to help illustrate the complex relationships between concepts. Let's move on.
According to Altman and Taylor's social penetration theory, 1973, the process of relational development is one of socially penetrating into each other's life. Communicators are like onions. They reveal that. Please click each segment of the pie from the periphery to the core to learn how self-disclosure and information exchange deepen in the process of social penetration.
We can certainly combine the use of PowerPoint and Captivate 9 or other programs such as Chart, and then we are able to create very complex dynamic visuals, illustrations, and any part of the visual can be made a hotspot, and then the student can click and learn about each concept in the diagram. Not only that, the illustration will give them a visual understanding of the complex relationship between different concepts. You can create all kinds of visuals using these tools. Another thing I want to show you is that cross-referencing in such a module is very easy, just 1 or 2 clicks away. For instance, when the student moves the cursor over a reference and then click, immediately they go to the references page. They can click R to look for Rothwell. Automatically it's highlighted, and click that, they can see the reference. And now it says references, and this slide contains sources of all references cited in the course. Click here to go back. So there's a little rollover to remind them to go back.
According to Rothwell, 2000.
What we see now is a review by using drag and drop. And students will be given different feedback depending on their performance. Again, the student's name is automatically generated here. I ask the students to go back and review. Now this time, let's do it right so that to see what feedback the student will get. I believe I did it right. Let's click submit. So it says congratulations, and then the student's name. Let's move on.
Now let's embark on a journey of adventure. You will be given 3 questions in the following slides. If you answer all of them right, you will be able to unwrap the gift box on this slide and be surprised with a wonderful gift. In addition, you will be rewarded with 100 points for each question answered correctly. Click on the gift to begin.
So when the student has completed a test, they will see the results. In this case, it's very bad, just a 0%. Continue.
Sorry, you failed. You've got yourself into a dangerous jungle. But don't despair. Please go back and review this chapter. I'm sure you will be able to escape out of this.
As you can see, a lot of gaming ideas can be incorporated into this, such as awards, solving mysteries, escaping from dangers, so on and so forth. Suppose the student now will click this button. It goes all the way back to review the chapter and then comes back to the test and has done all the questions correctly. Let's see what will happen. Now, what happened is that I designed the test to be taken with one attempt. So after their first attempt, when they comes back and trying to redo the question again, all of the questions answered wrongly and all of the answers chosen wrongly will be marked. And then the correct answer will be marked as well. But if you allow the student to come back and redo it, I have to remember to put in these 2 attempts. So if it's designed that there are 2 attempts for the students to do this, then they won't see these marks and they will be able to continue. So what I do now is to close this module and redo it. Let's see what happens if the student gets to answer all of the questions correctly. So we're back to the test. Let me answer this one correctly. Now, since the answers are designed in shuffle orders, every time the student comes back to redo the question, the order of the answers are changed. Is changed. So they have to remember the content, not just the sequence of the answers, in order to answer the question correctly. Some applause. This one is fours. We can went to continue. I hope I got this one right. Submit. And this time the student got all of the questions right. And then if they click continue, hopefully they will see the gift. Let's see.
Congratulations. You've won an Apple Watch and 300 points. Click on the watch to claim your final reward for this module.
Okay, I got a little rollover. It's something clickable. So what you see now is the certificate of completion with all the students' information, name, class, and school, automatically populated into the certificate, and the score is 100%. It has the date automatically populated as well. The time now is March the 7th, 10:31 a.m. If I move my screen capture here, as you can see, it's March the 7th, 10:32 now. So let me move back. So with this kind of module, the time the student has completed the module is automatically recorded by the system and can be input into the system, such as the D2L or the learning management system automatically, and the student won't be able to change that. So I hope I have persuaded you concerning the claims made here. One is that interactive multimedia modules are better than traditional textbooks because they are more engaging. Students can avoid textbooks, but they have to complete each module and acquire the certificate of completion for each chapter, the results of which are reported real time into the learning management system. Another claim is it is more dynamic because we can use the complex interactive and animated charts and diagrams to illustrate elaborate relationships among concepts, and then the students can interact with the diagrams by clicking uh, all concepts reflected in the diagram. So it's more dynamic. And next thing is more fun because we can incorporate the gaming ideas into each chapter by giving students awards, asking them to escape from dangers, or even put a storyline to help them resolve mysteries. Um, so there is an element of novelty, a lot of interactivity in it. As for instance, students can cross-reference between references, key terms by using glossary and references just one or two clicks away. And I doubt whether students ever use references and glossaries in a traditional textbook. So there's a fun and element of novelty in it. Another element is more learning um, because interactive multimedia modules can be completed outside the classroom before the class, and they have to generate a certificate of completion. Consequently, more classroom time is freed up to focus on more uh, productive activities on higher level of learning that which cannot be done outside the class. Another claim is that multimedia modules are a better economy. Students currently are spending uh, in our field uh, about 150 as $150 up to $200 on textbooks, and I believe that if half of this money is invested on creating such modules, then the student don't have to spend as much money. And also, the school and department may benefit from uh, this profit from such modules. But of course, the most important thing is that this is the learning effectiveness uh, affected in this process. The last claim is that this will represent the future trend, and eventually, uh, learning has to be responsive. It has to be portable. Captivate 9 can create responsive modules, which means that the student can access this information on their desktop, on their tablet, and or on their smartphone. They can be made into an app so that students can access it anywhere, anytime. Learning happens non-stop. Besides the benefits listed in the previous slide, I forgot to mention what is listed here as well. First, interactive multimedia modules facilitate assessment. Pre-test and post-test can be incorporated into every module, and thus systematic and sustained data can be collected for assessment purposes, including for accrediting agencies such as middle states. And this new approach proves more than adequate to replace textbooks. If the school and department agree to adopt this approach, and the students use a portion of the money they spend on textbooks on this, and they estimated that this can produce an annual revenue of at least 50,000 for school and another 50,000 for the department. And this approach promises scalable endless possibilities because it can be applied to all large gen ed courses. It can enlarge the enrollment of the school by expanding its course offering capabilities online. This will help free up a significant portion of classroom time. Classroom time can be devoted to applications, games, activities, simulations, more fun stuff. And both professors and students will be more relaxed and enjoy their classroom time. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you agree with me that this approach promises exciting and endless possibilities.